time comes, my son turns 5, it's about time to leave the country. And it's hard at first because there's no mom or mother wants to leave their small ones. As my brother told me when I leave that day, don't bring any pictures, don't look back. I go there because I want to work. I go there because my family were going to starve to death if I'm not going to help them.
It's really hard to leave them. Still fresh in my memory. That night.
When I was 10 years old, going to airport, I was on his side, hugging him, like we're in chain, like I won't let him go.
When I feel the plane lift off, I cry there, but I have to be strong.
My plane from Philippines to Toronto is big plane. Then transferred a little bit smaller, going to St. John's, and then drop off some of the passengers and get the passengers again. So what is that? It's just like a bus. And then why there's no building no more? I cannot see anything now, all snow.
Hello? Hello?
Oo,
Tulog na? Si Gretel?
tulog na.
Pakita mo nga si Gretel. Okay na. Si Gab. si Rem. I'm living in an imagination every day. Luluto lang ako. My mind is still there in the Philippines. without Skype or Facebook. It's like living in another planet or something without them. Kumain na kayo kanina?
No, kanina.
I see them every day, after work, before work. But most of the time, when I wake up, they are sleeping. When they wake up, I'm sleeping. Hello. Hello. I talk to my wife and I still keep talking. Then suddenly, I heard that she is already asleep, snoring. It's like in a movie. Sometimes I hold my pillow and I told to my daughter, this is you. I hug you. It's like a normal thing. Papa, bye, we're going to school now. Then I kiss the camera and they will kiss the camera. Well, bye. And I look at them. Bye. That's enough for me. And I'll survive.
Na kung aalis siya, mapapaganda ang kinabukasan namin. Gaganda ang future namin. Pero mahirap pa rin ang walang kasamang tatay pag alis. Ay kada event sa school. Kahit nung graduation ko, para akong lagi naghahanap. Lagi ko siyang hinahanap. Kahit na alam kong wala siya.
It took me a year and a half before I adjusted to my work, to the people surrounds me, to this place.
On my first summer here, I was working at a bar. I was assaulted by a woman.
There's one time happening also that telling me, hey, you little Filipino, why are you doing here? Why are you getting our job? Better go home. And then some girl saying the same thing. Oh, no, you're not supposed to be here. You're fool. I'm Filipino. They're saying like that. You are supposed to be go back home.
Daddy, don't you want another beer?
No, I'm good, darling. I'm good. Thank you very much. Supposed to do it tomorrow, but now we got to do it. Thank you, Roger.
I met my husband when I was working at a bar. I don't know what making him interested on me. I'm just only a small Filipino girl. They called me like that. A small Filipino girl working at a bar. Why you here? They said. I said, mind your own business.
I started talking to her a little bit, and she was busy working, so I couldn't talk much. And later on that night, I stopped her for couple seconds just asking her when does she work again. Yeah, it was like almost a month to try and get her number.
I always told to everybody that I didn't expect that I'm having a boyfriend or husband foreigner because I don't like it.
Tells me that all the time. She wanted a Filipino man, but she met me. You get your people that don't really like it, and then you get your people that don't mind it, and then you get me. Fall in love with a Filipino woman. My name's Renatus Hunter, Rena for short, and I'm Inuit, native. Inuit people, they pretty well live off the land. They do the hunting, they do the fishing, and go off in the woods and cut a load of wood for wood stove. And Inuit people do a lot with the land.
I came to Labrador in 1965.
I just want to see what's in the other side of the world. Adventure, sort of.
I applied to 3 Canadian provinces for work, but Newfoundland was the only place to offer me a free flight one way. I went to the embassy in Manila for my interview and I asked them, where is Northwest River and where is Labrador? They had no idea. I thought it was connected to Ecuador because of the sound of the words. Ecuador, Labrador, that's how much I knew about the place. Father Charlie met me at the airport in Goose Bay and he drove me to Northwest River. The road was barely wide enough for one car in those days. It was just a pathway for hunters. It turned like this and this, curves, curves. There was no bridge across the river either. Father Pearson was waiting for me there with a canoe. I thought, oh my God, where am I? I was wearing a skirt. I had high-heeled shoes on my feet. My first job was teaching in Sheshasi. I was boarding in a trailer across the river and had to take the cable car to get to work. It was a little orange box with a tiny window to look out as you crossed the river. Everything was so close in there. It was the same size as a coffin. Whenever someone from away came to visit the school, they asked if I was from Davis or from Sheshasi. I look native to them like an Inuit. And I didn't mind. I like them, and they're good people. I like how they live. I felt at home with them. I got a letter from Papa once a month or so. I missed them, of course, but what could I do? I was in Labrador on the other side of the world. I couldn't go back. And besides, I was enjoying it. I remember the first time it snowed. I went outside and held out my hands to touch the snow, and I tasted it and said, "So this is snow." I was already falling in love, I guess, but I didn't know it yet.
Hello. I'm on flight to Maine.
And how many passengers?
Just me.
Just you? When I get my letter or notice that I was approved as a permanent resident together with my family, they'll be joining with me. I think that's the perfect birthday gift I ever had. 2.5 years, I got my husband and my son over.
I was really happy to see her and how much she grown and how much she gotten taller.
Oh, thank you. My life is so busy. We both have 2 jobs. Some people thought here, locals, they feel that we are greedy because some of us had 2, 3 jobs. It's just because some of them are helping their family back home. Math, more stuff. Oh, and I got homework. See? You have tests? When he first came to Canada, he's kind of excited and sad. He asked me, "How about grandma, Mom?" I said, I'm gonna bring you first and Dad because I couldn't afford to bring grandma. But don't you worry, I'm gonna bring grandma soon. Since birth, after 2 months, I went back to work. It was my mom who looked after my son. She's really close to my son, to Evia.
At first, I was really sad that she went, but after like a year, I kind of got over it because grandma was there because she's like my mom and she takes care of me and she gives me stuff. She disciplines me a lot. And yeah, but I still miss my mom being gone.
My godmother told me that your mom was really like devastated and really sad and depressed when you get a job, but somehow she understands that you need to take your son. So since then, I'm kind of wondering because my mom loses a lot of weight. We give her money to go to the doctor. What she did is to give it to her sister who is needing a money or to give it to my brothers. At that point of her life, it seems that it doesn't matter anymore. It was my sister's birthday. I found out my mom is sick. She has leukemia. I set up an account to save money for her. And I said to my son, Abiel, you just pray always for grandma, that she will get better. Because I'm still dreaming of having her with me here in Canada, which I promised to her.
I was sinking deep in sea, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply stained within, sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea heard my despairing cry, from the waters lifted me, now saying,
There's a place here in Goose Bay. It's a window, church window. It's telling me something about a 5 jar. The 3 jar is my kids, and the 2 jar is me and my wife. Every time I get a chance, I'll stay there. I haven't seen my family for almost 4 years. I think I'm the longest application here. I didn't know it comes this far. I thought I can go back maybe just a year. I have to secure first the paper before go back the Philippines to have a visa. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Yeah.
You find everything you were looking for?
Yes. I thought it was okay now, but didn't happen. I wait another 4 months.
Ate Edeta is the one singing a song for our wedding. I was nervous. At the same time, happy. At the same time, sad. Mixed emotion because my family is not here. They are watching through Skype that day.
When the time Kukay get married there in Canada, the time here in Philippines is 10 o'clock in the evening. We got sleep 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm walking on the aisle and a lot of people looking at me. They're all crying because I'm walking alone. One of my friends is holding the laptop, and while I'm walking, my mom is teary-eyed. And they said, "Oh, your mom is crying." I heard that one, and then I burst out crying in front of the people. I said, "Why you say that?"
Because here in Philippines, if you get married, you cannot walk in the aisles. You walk with your father, with your mother, or your brother, or your sister, together in the aisles. Yes, that's why I cry. Because when I saw Kukay in the computer, walking alone in the aisles, I get, nalungkot ako. Nalungkot ako. I get sad.
Everything perfect. For me, it was perfect. I see my mom, she was crying and happy for us, and I said, okay, we're gonna see you soon. I promise that.
Mommy finger. Come on, sing.
I didn't know that I was pregnant. On our wedding day, I didn't know that.
Not cold?
New chapter of our life in our first year of Kalaya.
Go, fishy, fishy. Go, fishy, fishy. Come on, careful.
Go fishing, look. Fishing with Dada. I think it's hard for her because she's away from her family.
4 years. But I always away from home because I'm overseas worker.
Some more, Mommy.
Since 2000. But this time having your own family away from home is really a big deal for me. My mom is not on my side, especially during the time that I'm giving birth to her, and I'm cesarean, so sometimes I cry about my mom here. Kalaya is in the Bible in Exodus 22. She is the one saying the people, let's gather together.
So this is it. I pray all my friends and sisters, even the dead ones. I have to pray for their souls.
I never planned to stay here for good. After 10 years, I thought maybe it's time for a change. So I went to Quebec. I like it there, but I didn't speak French. I went to Saskatchewan, and it was so flat. The roads went on forever. So I went to Toronto. It was so busy. I didn't last a year there. When I came back the third time, I told the school board, you can send me anywhere as long as it's in Labrador. And they sent me to Davis Inlet. Alban was driving heavy equipment in Davis when I taught there, clearing snow off the runway at the airstrip.
And I told him that I'm older than you. And there are lots of single girls, their teacher, and younger. That was 1984, we got married. And we just finished celebrating our 31st wedding anniversary.
When I see the message on my inboxes, I thought it was a scam. So I almost deleted. Hello. Hello. Kinukuha ang passport ko. It's about visa that finally Canada approved my papers that my family can come here and live here. God's timing. It's a dream come true. I will book a flight right away.
I missed him so much because it's difficult to have no husband to take care of my kids. But in deep inside, I'm happy because our future will be there already.
This is where we eat together, and this is my place. When I'm in Canada, someone took my place. It's Gabriel. He took my place here. And this is our kitchen. Not really finished, but closet, clothes. We live here. We sleep together. We're 5 person here. And we sleep maybe 3 of us here and 2 there. After school, they just sit here and talk to me on the screen. So it's like 4 years I'm living inside that screen. This is Jeremy, my handsome son. And he's tall now. When I left him, he's just like this, tall. But now he's taller than me. When I'm in Canada, I always wanted to have a shoulder to shoulder. I didn't experience to have a shoulder things like they do, father and son, because I didn't have a father, I didn't have a mother. My dad died March and I came to birth May, so my dad didn't sew me. My mother at that time, maybe she's confused. Maybe she don't know if she can she can raise me. So my mother gave me to my auntie. So my auntie raised me. My aunt is sick now in Japan, and I wish I could be with her.
Model nga daw ulit. Model nga eh. First date daw sabi nila kuya, ni Tirasel, ni Ikay, at saka ni Jello. Salamat. Pahabain pa.
I was a bit sad and happy when leaving because our grandmother take care of us when we're child. And just feeling like I was back in 10 years old and I was thinking it was my dad. And living here again, it was like feeling the same thing as before.
And then when we came here, first time I'm nervous because this is our new journey. We need to have a new home.
That's good. You better don't die on me, my dear one.
After I came to Labrador, I sent a check home to my father every month to help put my brothers and sisters through school. When my father was dying, I couldn't get home. I spoke to him on the phone. I said, "I'm sorry, Papa. I can't afford the flight." I told him I was praying for him. That was all I could do. I didn't get home for the funeral either. When my mother got sick, I made up my mind. I was flying back to the Philippines to see her. She was old then, and her mind was going. She didn't recognize most of my brothers and sisters. I went into the room with her, and my sister pointed at me. She said,
Ma, can you recognize her? Yeah, that's Epitasia. She helped a lot in our family. At least I helped him out. That makes me feel good.
April, that's the time when my mom is having her chemo. They call me that my brother Jacob was rushed to the hospital. When Jacob was dead on arrival to the hospital, my mom's blood pressure went down. I begged the doctor, give me one more chance to see my mom alive and to let her feel that how much I love her. Because the doctor first talked to me if I will pay them to inject her a medication that will keep her alive. I said, do whatever thing you can, I'm gonna pay. And that day I decided to go home until my godmother spoke to me and tell me that I think you need to give up your mom. Even though she always tell me that she loved me, she's proud of me, but still, I have plans to bring her over, see? I even give her encouragement that you should be better because I'm gonna bring you over.
I was really surprised and I was very sad that someone I've been for like 4 years passed away. That was really shocking for me.
When my mother and brother passed away, I feel God like rejected me that day. I even like, God, why? I questioned him. It seems that I have everything, but I don't have my mom. I don't have my brother. It's hard to be successful, but without the person that you want to offer your success, it didn't mean anything to you anymore.
This afternoon we went down to the Aboriginal Day and meet up Anak Beatrice and her Auntie Tutu. Anak is their language, means grandmother. It's important for me that she will be exposed to the culture of her dad, like the Aboriginal culture, and to my culture, the Filipino culture. want her to know where she came from. That's why we called her Filnuit, Filipino Inuit.
You get the jug filled up too. Okay. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Come on. Give me a kiss. Love you.
Last month, Rina's mom was arrested for protesting at Muscat Falls.
I'll call you after. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dad. Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
Everybody know that my mother-in-law is trying to protect us, especially Kalaya. The water can be poisoned, and people is always doing a fishing in here. That is their life, the water. It's hard as a family. Especially Rina is working also in Muscat Falls, and it's hard for him. And I know it's hard for my mother-in-law that she protesting, but her son is working at the Muscat Falls. But we believe in her, and we support her.
The changes now for the Filipino community, before we're 50, but now I think we're almost 100 plus now. A lot of Filipino is good. There's a good thing and there's a bad thing. If a lot of Filipino is a lot of gossip people around. But for me, it's okay. For me, it's a family.
Unfortunately, garbage can't do nothing over here with our soccer moms and dads basically serving up like hamburgers and all that.
The first time Avio was here, he had a bit rough time. One day he went home crying because someone is calling name on him, like he got big eyes, stuff like that.
Morning, Avio!
Please be sure it's safe and secure
Yeah, I was a little shy at first, but after like a couple months, I adjusted to it. Studying isn't that hard for me. I mean, sometimes I get like a mark lower than what I want, but that's okay for me. When I first went to soccer, I didn't have any friends, but then I started getting a lot of friends.
I was thankful and blessed to the Lord. I have a great son who is so smart and so understanding and loving. They told me my mom really raised him well.
Hello. Say hi, Lola.
Hi, Lola.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Batman.
I'm bad
for
girl.
you.
She had something for you. Who's that? Tita Eunice. Say hi, Tita. Laki ng tagyawat mo.
When I was young, I was live with my grandmother and grandfather because mom is working abroad too.
Anong nangyari? Can I talk to our language? Mama. Inaano namin yung
I want to know her more, like now that she's different now.
Hello.
I miss you. I'm waiting for you.
I miss you too. Hello.
Our plan to go back in Philippines is coming December. We book our ticket.
We're hoping that when we come back with my mom.
Say hi, Lola.
Hi, Lola.
It's a big difference before and now. But now it's really, really busy. Lots of malls everywhere.
There's a lot of people. It's crazy. There's points there where we couldn't even walk. We had to wait for other people to move so we can walk, and I didn't like that part.
Green. Bali 125, 225. Ay, nasa na yung pera? Nasa akin lang po.
Nasa kanya na.
Yeah, it's been pretty good here. I like it so far, and being here in the Philippines and meeting all Kukai's family. It's been nice.
In the name of Jesus, thank you.
Amen.
Ito mag-apply tayo ng visa para makasama ka sa I never asked my mom about the past of her because I know she don't want to talk about that. Tapos pagka sinabi medical, mag-medical ka, bibigyan. But I heard she been in Cyprus. One time when I asked her, she told me that she went to Japan too. But she was a singer.
Therapist siya. Massage therapist. Yes, I worked before in Europe. My kids are very young, also Kukai. And then when I come there, I cannot be comfortable. I feel sad, of course. My kids, before I live to my mother, because she very young, my mother, that's why I live there.
Section C. Brother and
Full
sister.
name.
When my mom come back home, I remember I was 12 years old already that time. I don't know how to feel because I don't know her. Yeah, I know she's my mom, but there's a space between us. I grew up without father. I didn't know him ever since. So I asked my grandmother where he is, and my grandmother didn't told us anything about him. And I cannot ask to my mom because she's not here to explain everything. They're still empty. I'm looking for something. That's why I asked Rina that if we're together, we need to work up our marriage because I don't want Kalaya feel the same thing. Sometimes she will call you Tita. Okay, there's not. Oh, you know the car.
Hi, buddy.
Sino teacher mo dun?
Miss Quickly.
Miss?
Quickly.
Quickly?
Quickly. Quickly.
Quickly. Quickly. Quickly. Quickly.
Quickly.
Quig.
Quigley.
Ah. Quigley. Gretel, Gab, and Jeremy, they are all good in school. They didn't say they got bullied, but I'm worried because in social media, I know there's bullying. Jeremy, he got a nice grade, and I believe in him. Sometimes I text him, how's your school? Are you alright? You don't have any problem? He said no. Why? Will be scheduled now is Monday to Friday, a 9 to 1 at the dollar store. Then 2 to 8 at the gift shop at the airport with me. I work 2 to 9 every day, no day off in 2 weeks.
So far, so good. Back to normal. And I started to work now.
My relationship to my mom before and now is really big difference. When I started working abroad and I understand everything, the hard work that she did for us.
We're hoping she can visit at least 3 months. Maybe before end of this year.
I'm coming, baby. Yeah. Here now. Come on now.
I think now my family in Philippines is second, and my first priority now is my now family, my little family now, Hunter family, Rina and Kalaya. That is my strength now.
My parents keep saying, keep studying, show us some good grades so you can have better future. I was thinking of to want to be a pilot or go in military, like pilot in jet like that. I want to be a pilot, go around the world so I can bring them wherever they want to.
Every time we go outside, we're so much happy.
We're planning to stay in Goose Bay at this moment. We will think about this when my eldest son's going to college, because we don't want to be apart. We stick together.
When I retired from teaching, I bought this house in Northwest River. You can see the mountains from here, and the water, and the trees, all the things I missed whenever I left Labrador, and all the things I wanted to come home to.
JB, come on. Just a minute, come on. Come here. Psst.
This dog, he is part Newfoundland dog, part Labrador Retriever. He was headed for the dump, this one.
Come. JB, come over here. Come.
My godchild passed a woman on the road to Goose Bay, and she had a litter of puppies with her. She was on her way to the dump to drop them, to get rid of them. He stopped to talk to the woman as he went by, and for some reason he took one of the little dogs with him. He got home, he called me. "Auntie Pete," he said, "do you want a puppy?"
See? See?
It's a mystery how we end up where we are in the world.